Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I thought I'd take a minute and pop in and say hi and kind of update you on what's going on in my journaling and pen world. I haven't been real consistent with the ink of the weeks because we had company in there, and I'm finding that I almost need a little bit longer than a week to figure out how I'm liking some of these inks in my pens. The past two sessions of inks have been really great. So let me just let you know what's going on with that, and then we'll move on to a few other little tidbits. I did add this to the mix. I put the Takisumi in my medium nib TWSBI Eco. I thought that was kind of a fun color for Halloween. And you know what, maybe actually that one was already in play, so one of these I added after doing the last video because I have the 5 inks, and then I added one more. I know what it was. I got my TWSBIs mixed up. I added Edelstein, tell me the correct pronunciation if you know, please. I put the Olivine ink in my green TWSBI because I wanted to add a few more colors that seemed kind of fallish. I don't have a lot in that classification, I guess you could say, but I feel like some of the pens I chose in the ink colors kind of are fallish. You know, use your imagination on that. They're not perfect, but anyway, that's been a good addition. So I've actually been working with 6 pens and 6 inks this past week and a half or so. I really like having a selection of different kinds of pens. The previous week I had all TWSBIs. This week I ended up having 2 TWSBIs, but a little bit something different each time. So that was fun to have that option and variation after having all TWSBIs. The one pen that I love the look of, and I love this big broad nib. This is a broad nib on the Franklin Christoph, but this nib gives me a little bit of trouble. Let's see if it does it right now. Yeah, see, it takes a while to start. That kind of gets annoying. Once it's flowing, it's fine, but that first stroke or two doesn't work real well. So that's probably, I mean, I don't know that I need to rate this. That might be my least favorite of the week because of that. But I like the feel of the pen. I like the look of the pen. And the ink with the pen was a really super wet, saturated combination. But it was nice. But as you can see, it's a very broad lined. So I'm not sure that I like it quite that broad, maybe you could say. You can see it here, and there is a little bit of shimmer or sheen actually that's showing through that broad of a line from the Iroshizuku Takisumi with that pen. So that's kind of a neat feature. But like I said, the hard start makes it a little bit less pleasurable, and this is such a big line, really almost too much, although I do like that. It just seemed like maybe this would be better suited with one of my inks that tends to run more dry. So I'm wondering if maybe the sepia in this, because that one I kind of felt like I don't like. I love the look of, but don't like because it seems to run dry. So maybe a drier ink in this wetter nib would be good. So let's see, let's just say the Golden Espresso Kaveco Broad again with Scotch Brown by Monteverdi is a wonderful combination. I've liked writing with this all week, and I will just reiterate real quickly, the slippery finish on this almost feels like satiny or something, makes it a little less one that I reach for, but this ink and this pen worked really well this time. Every so often I kind of primed the nib by, opening it up and twisting the converter down when it seemed to start to run dry, but I really didn't have much trouble with that, as it seems like I have in the past. So that was a good combination. The TWSBI medium nib, TWSBI Eco with Takesumi by Yoroshizuku, was a great combination. Everything that I write on the Cosmo Air Light seems favorable. The slippery, more glidey surface, I guess for lack of a better term, of the Tomoe River paper that I used this on, I liked a little less. The writing felt smooth, no drag, nothing like that. But I'll just do this here. It's so, there's like not much feedback. And so when I'm writing, I just feel like it kind of, the pen takes over instead of me controlling the pen. A little more slippery. My handwriting, I don't think, is as nice with this combination on the Tomoe River paper. Works better for me on the Cosmo Air Light. So that's one thing I'm finding, that many of my pens, if it's a good combination of pen and ink, it'll be really good on the Cosmo Air Light, and maybe the determining factor is, does it feel more slippery on the Tomoe River paper? And that I don't care for. The actual writing goes fine, but I'm not liking how it's looking. And I don't feel like I have as much control over the writing experience. Probably need to stay in focus here. Let's just take this out. I have Jade Noir in my Benu Briolette. At first I wasn't real thrilled with the combination, but after writing a few different times, I really like this, and I love the Jade Noir. It's a very dark ink, almost looks like black, super wet here, and I've really enjoyed writing with this pen. I think it's a pretty pen. It's unique. It's the cigar shape. I typically prefer the flat ends, but I asked my husband, I think he got this for me as a gift early on in my pen journey, which is not that long ago, but I was drawn to the color and the fact that it glows in the dark. So I wouldn't probably just like pick this shape in the future, but I do like writing with this pen, and I think it's a really unique and pretty pen. So it's fun to reach for that. Malami Vista, I have been to Laguna in, and again, that's been a great writing experience all around, all week long, and everything I wrote in. It's a great ink. This pen I like, but it's of my Lamy pens. You can see there I get a little bit of a hard start on some of the beginning strokes occasionally. Generally, my Lamys and TWSBIs have been super consistent experiences, but that is a little quirk in that. And then here's the Edelstein Olivine, and I liked that brighter green compared to the Jade Noir, but both of these greens I like. For a while I was kind of putting the Olivine on hold and not enjoying writing with it. When I first got it, I loved it, and then it seemed like whatever combination I was trying, it was seeming to be dry. But in this TWSBI Eco, this is a broad nib also, it's been perfect, and it's really been great on the Cosmo Air Light. So really happy with this ink in a TWSBI pen. I'm probably going to not like switch these out. So my inks of the week, however long I decide to go with that little series, I will just save the week that I happen to be on. So it'll be longer than a week, but I just kind of feel like I still have ink in these, and I'm not quite ready to switch them out. I do want to add my Kaweco dark olive pen back into the mix though for fall, because it's a perfect fall color pen. So I need to pick out an ink and add that here. So I'll probably do that within the next couple of days. I have not filled this all out, but I would say each one of these inks in the combination of pen in which I put them, I liked. Well, we can just fill this out now. So I would definitely rebuy these inks. I like them and I would buy again. The only thing I wouldn't do is put the Takisumi in the Franklin Christoph. I need to finish that up and then try a different little drier ink in that. The Roshizuku inks that I've had are super flowy wet inks, and that with that nib is just a little too much. I've said that 3 times now. I can quit saying that. Okay, so you get the idea. I wanted to show you this thing that I'm really enjoying in my journal. I just wanted to show you. There's usually a crease in the back of the sticker paper if you're lucky, but I think I cut this where there isn't one. So here we go, watching me try to get the sticker separated from the backing. I printed this on the clear paper. Generally I like these on the bottom of the page because of the way the pumpkins are. I don't think it makes sense on the top. Something else a little smaller in the corner. Let's just go ahead and add this to this again. So, I mean, you rub that on, you barely can distinguish the clear background. And isn't that just amazing? I love fall. I love the colors of fall. And I love putting these pumpkins on this paper. This is my gratitude journal. I've shown it before. This is the Cosmo Air Light, and it's like 320 pages. This is from Danica 58 on Etsy, and this is a 75 GSM. Everything that I write with on this, I like. Well, that's all for now. Just a little update on what's going on and what I'm thinking about with journals. Hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.